Good morning, everybody. Welcome. My name is Dina, and it is Sunday, March 24th, and I have gotten back from my wonderful retreat up in Helen, Georgia with my guild, and I wanted to just go ahead and tell you all about it while I've got it fresh in my mind and show you all the good things. I want to start, first of all, by encouraging you, if you've never gone to a retreat, if you find yourself available to go to one, even if you don't know anybody, don't let that scare you off. You will have a ball. Everybody there is so friendly. They're all excited to meet fellow Stitchers, and I think you'll have a wonderful time. And once you go once, you'll want to go back again. So this is my third year at this particular retreat. It is very close to my home. It's only about a 45-minute drive, and this year there was a little glitch with the hotel because they had a huge fishing tournament the same weekend, and so there weren't rooms available at the time that I could make a reservation. So by the time we got there, they had some rooms available, but I'd already planned to drive back and forth with my friend Donna. She stayed with me here at my house, and so we just drove up for Friday and Saturday. And this morning, she had headed on home last night to take care of her little puppy, and she had some work to do at home today. So I got to go to church with my hubby, and he is now out walking Coco. So I'm hoping to get most of this done while they're gone. We'll see. Anyway, the first thing I want to talk about are the people you meet at the retreat. You will make some fantastic friends at your stitching retreats. And this year we had such a wonderful table of ladies, and you don't have to give your table mates a gift, but a lot of people do, and in our case we did. And I want to share that with you just because they're such sweet, wonderful gifts that I'm so tickled about. My friend Donna had made these project cards, and as a joke, because I call her my friend Donna all the time, she actually printed my friend Donna on the front of them. But she took a picture of a beautiful packet of silk that she had bought recently and made it into a project card, and on the back of it she's got all the information that you need: your project name, the designer, your fabric and count, the date you start and finish. And then because these are going to be her cards as well, she's got her contact information there in case her project bag gets misplaced or something. But she was kind enough to gift us each about 5 or so of these and said there's plenty more if we want some. But I'm telling you, I might steal this idea, Donna, and do some for myself, because right now I keep the same information in a little journal, in a little book. And I love the idea that, you could put a card actually in your project file. I keep cards separate, so I have them for my planning purposes, but I think these are beautiful. So that was fun. And then another one of our table mates had gifted us a beautiful packet of goodies. So I've already eaten some of this. There was a package of nuts in here, and I ate the nuts, but Lisa provided these for us, in addition to making a zipper pull that I'll show you in a minute that she partnered with another table mate to do for us. But she gave us some munchies, which was great. And then we got a beautiful set of floss drops with a lovely piece of jewelry on those. Aren't those pretty? I think those are pretty. I will put those to very good use. And also we received this lovely, this wasn't my table mate, this was another friend from the library group, but this is a beautiful scissor pouch. Put your scissors in there, snap it closed. Isn't that sweet? We each got to pick what color we wanted. One of our ladies who used to come to our Saturday meetups who has started one kind of closer to where she lives, because she lives a long way off. She gave everybody there a little strawberry needle minder that says charm, or charm rather, that says charmed to meet you, and introduced herself with her little information. Another one of the library stitchers from Gainesville gave us this little bag, and in it she had 3 things. She had a little notepad, she had a skein of DMC black 310, and a pair of scissors. And she was going around giving these to those of us from Gainesville, and she said, I want you to always stay in the black financially. She said, I want you to always pay attention and take notes of important things in life, and stay sharp. So cute, so cute. Anyway, so we had our little goodie bag there from her. One of my table mates, though, who is a beautiful quilter, made each of us a project bag. The beautiful white on white lining. So the project bags all looked like this on the front. Some had light colored backing and some had the darker blue backing, but we got to choose which one we wanted. And then my friend that I mentioned made the zipper pull. This says, find joy in the journey, has a butterfly and a 2024 charm on it. But look at that beautiful zipper pull that she made to go with these bags. So we got the bag from one of our table mates, and we got the zipper pull from another. And then we also got an Enjoy the Journey thread ring, and it has the TSGG Retreat 2024 in Helen, Georgia. She took that right off one of the announcements and made us a thread holder in memory of the event. So awesome gifts. Now these were from people that were attending. These were from my table mates and people I know who came up from Gainesville, and they just showered us with gifts. And so there you have it. It was awesome. So I'm going to set these aside, and now I'm going to tell you about what we got from our guild at the retreat. They don't tell us the theme until we get there. And so our theme this year was birds of a feather stitched together. So everything that we got had to do with birds. And, or most of what we got had to do with birds anyway. So I will show you, we got a project bag that held our project. And the project for the retreat that was designed exclusively for us was a little needle book, and it's called Winter Birdie. And this was designed by Amy McClellan, and it only calls for 5 floss colors. So we were given the floss colors that we needed, and then we were given the fabric to stitch on and all the accoutrement to go with it to fully finish it. So we were given this linen, 32 count linen, and the floss. And then we were given the finishing fabrics, interfacing, everything that we needed to finish our little needle book. Isn't that beautiful? So that was one project that we were given. The next project was actually to be a pin cushion, and we were given the fabric to make our pin cushion out of. And we had instructions on how to make the pin cushion. We were actually given an opportunity to go to the table for a make and take time that we could work on it. These were already ironed together so that we could cut them for the topper of our pin cushion. We were given bird stickers to decorate our bag if we wanted to. I had a couple of really pretty ones here. And then we were given another pattern, and this is for a bookmark. I'm going to see if I can fold it down where I can show you the bookmark and not the pattern. There's the bookmark. Again, birds of a feather stitched together. And it was to be done on perforated paper. We were given that. And then we were given this lovely ribbon, this nice stiff ribbon, to sew it to attach it to, so that we would have a lovely bookmark from our event, because a lot of us read as well, as many of you know. So in addition to these things to stitch and make, we were given some fun necessities. So the first necessity we were given was a tray, a wool felted tray. And this was to put all of our goodies in as they were handed out throughout the time. And then, of course, we were going to have a lot of excitement and celebration of people's finishes and accomplishments. And so, I won't do that too loud. We did it very loud there, of course. We could give each other an applause. And then we were gifted these lovely little paper-made, handmade Ort containers. And you just pull them up on opposite corners. If I can get it to open up properly, I will. And it just, ooh, there we go. It stands up. You have to pull opposite corners, so I'm trying to pull and not break anything. There we go. It stands up and becomes a travel Ort container, little box. And then when you're ready to put it away, you just push it down from opposite sides and it folds right back up into, isn't that precious? We were given a corner gauge that says TSGG Retreat 2024. You can always use a starting gauge. And our table did a new start together, so that was quite good that we got that. We got some other little things. We got a brush, you know, for brushing your lint off your fabric if you have to frog or anything. But one of the things I thought was so cute is one of the organizers of the event made these book covers for us out of various fabrics, and they are journals. They're covered. They're book covers. You can take them off the journal when it's finished. But this way we could take notes, and you know, it's one of those composition books, and it's covered in that beautiful book cover. So I think they did a fantastic job. It's a very affordable retreat, and for them to give us this much at the retreat is amazing that they do that for the amount of money they have available, you know, to spend. So those were the things we were gifted, you know, as part of the retreat kind of thing. I'm sorry for my voice. I've talked so much this weekend, it's going. But the other thing that we had there, one of the ladies that is a sweetheart and comes every year is Elizabeth, and she owns Dames of the Needle. And if you haven't shopped from her, please go online and shop from Elizabeth. She's such a sweetheart. She dyes fabric, and she will custom dye fabric for things that you're looking to stitch or do, something you're trying to match. You have to wait until she can get to it sometimes, but she is so willing to do that. It's amazing. But one of the things that she had in addition to her own fabric there is that she had 2 estates that she is handling for families, and all of the proceeds of those estates go to those families. She's not keeping any of it. And she had everything that she had left from those estates at our retreat for us to purchase. In some cases, it was a table that you looked through and you just made a donation and you could have what you wanted. In other table of another donation, another estate, everything was marked half price because we're at the tail end of trying to get everything handled for these families. So I got a couple of pieces of fabric that way. But the majority of the fabric that I purchased from Elizabeth was her own fabric. So I want to share with you the two I got from the estates. These were in people's stash, and I was able to get them for a small donation. This one is unknown dyer, but the fabric name is Regency. I think it's beautiful. I've got little smalls because I'm trying to start some smalls. So I was looking for small pieces of fabric. I got this from another estate. This is Sprite Belfast 32 count Colorscapes hand-dyed fabric from Picture This Plus. This was in somebody's estate. Little tiny 13 by 18, I think it is. It's another small, pretty little color. And then the rest of this I bought from Elizabeth. And I'll share it with you now. Small pieces, but where I know the color, I will share that with you. This is an unknown color. It's a 32 count linen, and it's just a 9 by 10 piece. But I thought that gold was so regal, so beautiful, and it'll be perfect for like a Christmas ornament, something of that nature. And then this is an unknown color, but it is a 32 count linen, and I think that pink is just beautiful. I'm holding it back here because I think you're getting a better color back here. Again, just a small piece. This is an unknown color, but I thought the green was beautiful. Just a really pretty color. Almost like the 502, 503 section of the DMC. This is another unknown color, but it's a little bit larger piece, but this blue just was calling my name. All of these are 32 count linen. I got 32 count on everything because that's my sweet spot, so why fight it? And look at this beautiful purple. This is a unknown, fabric name, but still, I think the unknowns must have been in one of the estates as well, because Elizabeth would know the name of her fabrics. All right, this is an 1/8 of a yard. This is another blue that I think is so pretty. That's a little bit larger. The 1/8 of a yard was the largest thing I purchased as far as size. No, I'm sorry, I was wrong by that. 1/4 of a yard was the largest I purchased, but look at this. I got this beautiful yellowy green, almost a golden green, and this beautiful green for spring and summer. So that's my purchases. That's the damage that I did at the retreat. I always tend to look at fabric when I go because I don't get to touch and see fabric otherwise. And so you'll see that is the majority of what I do when I purchase something. So let me put this away. And let's talk about stitching, shall we? As Pam and Steph would say. So the first thing I did when I got to the retreat was exactly what I promised I was going to do. And that was to stitch for my private bingo game. And my call was for my 13th colony. And I did put in about 130 stitches or so. And I'm going to open it real quick and show you what that looks like, so you're not behind. But I just put about 3 rows of the grass in and got that up to what I needed for the prompt. And then after sharing this with several people who wanted to see how far I had gotten on it and wanted to see it in person, that was a lot of fun. I put it away, and when I came home the first night, I brought it home and put it back over in my bin over there in my little basket because I didn't intend on stitching on it anymore. I had other plans for the rest of the retreat. So that was the first stitching that I did. Now the call for Saturday on the bingo call was for my Stitchers Days of Christmas, and I could have taken it with me, But I knew we were starting our new start on Saturday. And I thought I'll just wait till Sunday and I'll catch up. So that's what I did. So while I was waiting to start our new start, I decided to stitch on my Easter card that I had begun. Let me pick it up. I've got it tucked over here. So the good news is I heard from my sister while I was at retreat, and she did receive her Easter card that I had stitched, which was the first one of these little cute cards, this one in the pink outfit. So I had started the second one before I left so that I could work on it while I was gone. And I'm happy to report that I finished it. I think he's precious, and I've already put him in the little card, and it comes with its own envelope. This came in the kit. All 3 pieces of Ada, 3 cards, 3 envelopes came in this little kit. It's a Vivico kit. It's kit number PN 0196171. So I am tickled to death to have finished the second one of those little cards. And now at some point I will start the third one, and I will keep it out till I put it on my plans. If you saw my last video, you know that I discovered something about myself, that I had started all these series. And I think in the video I said I had about 25 objects to stitch from those series. Well, I found some more. I wound up having 10 series that I had started, and when I counted up all of them, when I added in the others that I found in a different basket that I had actually put in my plans to start one, I have 33 things to start. So one of the things that involved is the coastal holidays, and I had explained about how I had started those for a friend, and I wanted to do all 3 of them plus the storage box. So I've done the first 2, and while I was at retreat, I started number 3, which is peace, and that's what I got done. I'm excited. So now I have to do the rest of the banner down here and then finish this up to the top of the cloche. So probably 1 or 2 more stitching sessions on this, and I'll finish that ornament, and then I'll be able to fully finish all 3 together. And I've got plenty of fabric left, I think. I'll measure it again, but I think it'll be enough to do the storage box. So we shall see. But I was very tickled with that. Very tickled. And I actually counted stitches. So on my coastal holiday, I stitched on it 595 stitches. So that was pretty good. I By the Bay, I did 115. To finish my Easter bunny card that I showed you was 626 stitches. So I got quite a bit of stitching done at my retreat. Let me tell you, I was stitching. I was not visiting as much as I might have been otherwise. I did visit quite a bit, but not at the expense of getting some progress done. I was so fortunate that the people at my table enjoyed sitting and talking together, and I didn't have to wander too much. And I had several people come over to the table and visit. And then I took a turn and did that a couple of times myself. It was a lot of fun. But I am delighted to tell you that I got some stitching done, so that was good. So now, on Saturday at 10 o'clock, we decided to start our new start. Now here's the funny story. We all kitted this up before we left. I had fabric I had selected for it, and it's called Frost by Be Stitch Me. It's a beautiful piece of fabric. I thought so anyway. This is what I had intended to stitch it on. But while I was there and looking through Elizabeth's fabrics, I found something I liked even better for this project. It's an opalescent. It's a Swigart Belfast linen, 32 count. And the color, oh, it's a solo dye. But the name of the fabric is Because It's Blue. I think it's absolutely beautiful. There's the fabric. It is a darker, grayer blue than the Be Stitch Me is, so you can see the difference. And I felt like the light colors would show better on this because there's a lot of white and light pink in this design. So I'll remind you of what the design looks like that we started together, the Christmas parade. And see, I don't even think you realize how much light pink is in that border and in the hearts until you really start looking at it. But I'm a top left starter, and that's what I did. So here is what I stitched on at retreat. There's my start. 455 stitches. I think that's a really healthy start. I was really proud of that. And so that concludes all the stitching I did on Friday and Saturday. So I'm delighted to be back home. I miss everybody already, but I am excited now to get started back doing, what I need to be doing. So I'm going to get busy stitching, and I'll come back and talk to you later. Hello everybody, welcome back. It is March 25th, and I'm here to tell you about my stitching today. Today's call on my bingo game was Let Love Rain. This is also the last project I have to do to stitch on to meet my final acrostics, because I'm using the R in Let Love Rain for my daily 30 group, and I'm using the K in Teresa Kogut for another acrostic. So this is the piece. I'll remind you again what it looks like. And I'm working up here on the top. So today I worked on one side. Did all my stitching on one side so it would be easy enough to photograph and show. So let me show you where I'm at on my bed sheet. It is a bed sheet. Here it is. Now today I worked on this side. I took the inner border and extended it down as far as my Q-snap would let me go. You can see the little marking there where my Q-snap was. And then I came back up here and I did the outer border and that flower. And I wound up getting a total of 343 stitches today. I did get 116 to begin with, and I posted that in my bingo group and got my black out for my bingo board. And then I just kept stitching until I got to 343 because I wanted to finish the flower. And that way it's at a good stopping point, as you can see right there, where I can pick up there next time. So I'm going to put my project back away. Gonna put my Vicky Clayton's silks up. And tonight I will stitch on something else while I'm zooming, because this is too hard to stitch on in a crowd or when you're zooming. So I'm very happy with my results today. Finished all of my acrostics because I had already finished the magazine monthly challenge one. But today I finished 24 hours of cross stitch and the daily 30 group. So my private bingo game is over for the month. All of my acrostics are met. I have the option now of going back and participating in a couple of the challenges that I haven't looked at yet, like Friday's challenge in the daily 30 group. Or I can just pull out whatever I want to stitch on. But one thing is sure, probably tomorrow, I need to pull out my Snow and Mountains, and I need to finish this month's portion. I haven't finished it yet. I've worked on it, but I haven't finished it yet. So I definitely want to get that done. I'll probably do that tomorrow before I let myself stitch on anything else. But anyway, I'm excited to have it all done. I told you my plans for next month are a little different as far as what I'm going to put on my private bingo board and give myself a little more wiggle room on when I want to work on things. But that'll be good. The other thing I want to tell you is I'm going to the Silver Needle for a retreat coming up this summer. And we just got in the mail while I was at retreat this weekend all of the instructions on what we're to stitch, pre-stitch for all of the classes that I'm taking. So I need to pull this out, kit it up, and get busy. Because I've got several things to stitch because I signed up for all the classes they were offering on finishing. So I have to look at that and incorporate that in my stitching in the next couple of months. So I'll share that with you when I figure it all out. I guess you can hear in my voice I still have laryngitis from talking all weekend. Part of it may be a bit aggravated by allergies, but we'll see. I'm hoping to have a better voice by tomorrow. I hope to, anyway. And other than that, happy stitching, everybody. Hello everyone, welcome back. It is Monday, March 26th, and I am here to talk to you a little bit about my stitching today. Well, I started a new start at retreat. It was my third and final ornament in the Coastal Holiday Series, and this would have been the peace ornament right here. I had already stitched these two. And today, while talking on Zoom, having a planning session with my friends Lori, Dee, and Donna, I finished this one, the last of the three. So I want to share that with you. I think those colors are beautiful and bright and luscious. I think it's really great. It's hard for you to see the piece, but it shows up pretty well in the banner when you're looking at it just with the naked eye. That beautiful teal color really stands out. You can see a little bit better maybe back there. But anyway, that's the final one. So I have all three now. And the only thing I have left to do is the storage box. I need to stitch the front of the storage box. So I have a little bit of that fabric left. I have plenty to do the box. So that will be my next start in this series. Don't know when yet. Haven't decided when I'm going to do that yet, but I did want to share with you my finish. So I was able to strike that off of my list of those series that I have things I need to finish part of. And now I just have the front of the box to worry about. But it is fully kitted. It's ready to go, and when I get ready to do another start, I can possibly substitute it in. So there you have it. I have it in my seashell bag, so I think that's quite appropriate. So that'll be good. During our planning session tonight, we talked about what we were going to stitch for our acrostics that we work on together. And then we decided to do a sal together. Lori had shown in one of her recent Floss Tube videos that she was going to start the strawberry fair piece, and I messaged her and said, I have that. Maybe we could start it together. So this is what I'm talking about. So my friend Donna has that as well, and Dee is going to join us, I believe, also. And we decided that we would start this on April 1st, just so that we could stitch along together on it. Mine is going to be for a gift, and so I want to get it done by a particular time in the year. So we wanted to start it sooner rather than later. And Lori had already had it in her April starts on her plans. So that worked out really well. There's already a hashtag for this. It's hashtag strawberryfairesal, and fair is spelled F-A-I-R-E, but it's all lowercase, hashtag strawberryfairesal. So if you're stitching it and you haven't been posting in the SAL, please feel free to do so, and we'll be joining you on the 1st. I'll be traveling on the 1st, so I'm planning on taking this in the car with me and getting a start on it, which will be great. I've pulled my fabric just now, and it's called Parchment. It is Atomic Ranch Fabrics. I think it's going to be beautiful. It's a little paler than what's in the picture, but I want to make sure that all the colors are going to show up beautifully on it. So that's my plan for my fabric. And now I got to pull all my flosses. So I think that's just about everything from the planning meeting. Oh, we are going to do another sale in May. I had on my schedule to start one of my Polar Plunge ornaments the first Monday in May for part of my May Monday series. And so everybody has agreed to start a Polar Plunge on that first Monday in May as well. So I'll remind you of that down the road for that one as well. So, but for now, April 1st, I'm going to be starting Strawberry Fair with my friends. I hope you've had a great weekend, a great day of stitching yesterday. Tomorrow I get to stitch with my friend Marissa and chat with her and catch up with her, and I'm looking forward to that. So that'll be great fun. I will come back and share with you whatever I get done. So happy stitching, everybody. Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Dina. It is March 27th, a Wednesday, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about my stitching today. Well, I got busy and decided that I have a whole lot going on the first of the month in April. So I know I have a Christmas ornament that I want to get stitched in the month of April. That's part of my 12 ornaments in a year that I'm doing with my friend Dee and her stitching group. So I went ahead and pulled out my 12 Berries of Christmas number 11, because berry number 11, 11 Pipers Piping, is actually the last one I wanted to do on this green fabric. And as I told you before, if you've seen my videos, I wanted to do everything on the green before I opened another piece of fabric. So just put a start in here today. So it's about 250 stitches, and there's two of the little pipers. There's a little green feather that goes in their hat that I haven't done yet, but I went ahead and got two of them almost completed. There's 11 to stitch. It's not one thing and you stitch, you know, one to represent all 11. Erica actually put all 11 of them on there. So I have those to do. So I have done the first two. Anyway, that will get it started, and I'm thinking that I very well may take this with me when I travel, because I will be traveling the first week of April to the mountains to meet some friends. And if I get any stitching time, this would be an easy one to work on because it's on a Q-snap. So I'm going to put it away now that I've got a good start on it. Put all my threads away. I have some of my threads that are new and some that I had, and some of the ones I had are in bags, and the ones that are new are on their little cards. So it's an interesting mixture of threads. But anyway, those are ready to go back in their bag. Now, the next thing that I want to work on, I have already kitted up my start for April 1st with my friends Dee and Lori and Donna, and that is to do the Strawberry Fair. There's a sale going on already for that. I'll put it in the drop-down box below, but we will start it on April 1st, and I will have that with me on my trip. So I plan on starting it in the car on the way to the mountains, because my husband has created me a little stitching spot in the back seat, and I'm going to try it out on the way up there. So I wanted to get this ornament already started so I could have it to take with me to work on, and then I'll have my strawberry fair to take with me to work on as well. So now that I've got these ready to go, I feel like I've got my trip ready. I do have a new start for Whip Go. I don't have to do it the first week of April, so I don't intend to. I'm trying not to overwhelm myself at the first of the month, so I probably won't do that. But I do need to go get my Snow and Mountains off of my frame over there so that I can try to finish my March section of Snow and Mountains, because I need to do that before the end of the month here. So that'll be the next thing I work on. I just wanted to share that with you. I am about to get on a Zoom call with a friend, my friend Marissa, who is in Canada and is right now taking care of her parents. And we're hoping to get a little time today to catch up with one another. So I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully tonight I can come back and share with you what I've accomplished during the day. So until then, everybody, happy stitching. Hey. Hi, everybody. Coco and I are here to show you my stitching for today, if she'll let me. She is ready to go out for her exercise. And I'm trying to just tell you what I've been stitching this morning. And she's making her demands known, aren't you? Aren't you? Can you say hey to everybody? Can you look at the camera? Can you look? There you go. All right. So one of the goals that I had set for myself here at the end of the month was to finish my square that I've been working on Jingle Jolly Joy. I wanted to finish Jolly. Now, I don't know whether I mentioned this before or not. I'm trying desperately to make this fit something that I want to display it on. So I have shortened it just a hair in the middle here. And so I had to rearrange a few things. I had to rearrange the lettering. I had to skinny it up on the side. And then I kept the snowflake where it was up here, but I eliminated a couple of them. I kept the chocolate chip cookie, and I kept the candy cane. Although I did, because I put Jolly on this side, I had to drop the cookie down, so that meant I had to move the candy cane over here, which knocked out one of the snowflakes. But I have a snowflake, and I have Jolly, and I have a cookie, and I have the candy cane. So I got all the things that indicate all the goodies we've left for Santa. And he is complete. I think he looks great. I think all of it looks really, really good in the colors that Misty has provided. Let me turn this light up just a little bit so you can see him a little better. There you go. I love his face. I think he's got the cutest little expression. Sweet little face. So now I can put this away until next month. I will use him on acrostics and challenges and things like that. I will scroll up. I'll do the box next time for the snowman for Joy at the bottom there. And that will be the next one that I work on. But for now, I have finished the section for Jolly. So I'm excited about that. I actually wound up stitching 498 stitches today to finish that section. So the next thing I want to work on, I've mentioned a time or two, is that I wanted to get my March section of my Snow and Mountains stitched. Now it is the 28th today. I still have a couple of days to finish that, but I will be working on it when I come back in. I say back in because I'm about to take someone on their walk. She's been very patient. We went on a walk earlier this morning. I met a friend for lunch today, and then I stitched and finished that big goal that I had for myself. So after Coco and I get back from our walk, then we will be ready for dinner, and I'll be ready to do my evening stitching, which I hope will allow me to finish my Snow and Mountains for this month. And if not, I'll definitely finish it tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I'm talking with my sister. We are celebrating her birthday a little early because I'm going to be in the mountains on her birthday and I won't be able to talk with her that day as I'll be with other people out and about. So we're going to do it early. So I'm looking forward to that in the morning. Can't wait. So I will hopefully have something to come back and share with you either tonight or tomorrow on my snow and mountains. That's my goal anyway. That's my plan. Well, I hope you've had a great day of stitching. I've had a great day. Not a lot of stitching, but I have had a great day. And now Coco and I are going to go take a walk and we'll have a good time. So I will talk to you the next time I have something to share with you. Happy stitching, everybody. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's later on March 28th, and so it is Thursday night. And I am so tickled to be able to tell you that I finished my March portion of Snow and Mountains. This is what the design looks like from Madame Lafille. And in case you hadn't seen an earlier video where I talk about it, I have split this pattern up into 12 parts to try to stitch it in a year. And I was in this top half of this room right here, this window rather, right here, just the top half. So it cuts about in the middle of that greenery to get that one. So today, I worked hard on it. I got 465 stitches in here today. And the break is really up here. But when I had the color on my needle, I had a really hard time not just going ahead and color completing that little portion because it just is right there. And I had a really hard time not finishing that. So I have stitched part of next month in there already just by carrying my threads down. But I was really good about the white. There's so much white to go up that I started at the break and I stitched my way up until I finished that window. So now in April, I'll have this section where I'll go from here down to the end of my page break on my pattern. And because I have stitched a little bit of it ahead, that's when I'm going to try to catch up the outer border over here. That's the 2 stitches along the side. I was going to try to do that today, but since I'd already stitched 465 stitches, I felt like that was enough for this month. Since it's the 28th, that gives me a couple of more days to Friday and Saturday and Sunday, to stitch on anything else I want. And now tomorrow we'll get a new challenge. I just finished a challenge in the Daily 30 group this morning. It was called Underground, and it was about the underground, I guess, train stations in Britain or England or in Europe. And so I was able to match up what I had been stitching on for the last retreat weekend. As it turned out, I was able to use most of those for the prompts. I was able to use a coupon for one, so I didn't have to stitch on one that included a shelter. Had I thought about it, I could have used this one for that, but I'd already used my coupon, so that's okay, because I need to use it every time anyway. One I stitched alternative stitches for, and that was, instead of working on a Halloween whip, I actually worked on a Christmas whip, and that was the Jingle Jolly Joy that I showed you. I counted those stitches and I applied it to that posting because I did way more than 100 extra stitches. And if you have, you don't have a pattern that really meets what you're trying to stitch in that challenge, they let you do alternative stitches by adding 100 stitches to whatever you're working on. And I added 200 and something extra. So it was more than enough that I needed. So I completed that, and so tomorrow we'll have a new challenge that'll come out, and I'll read it and see if I want to stitch for it at all before I get out of town. Now that I have finished my March portion of my Snow and Mountains, I really think it's coming along. I think it's really pretty. Now I can truly start looking ahead at what do I want to take with me the first week of April. What do I want to stitch on while I'm gone, and what have I not touched in a little while that I have time to stitch between now and when we leave. So that'll be what you're seeing. I'm not sure exactly what all that will entail. I also have to start planning to stitch some pre-stitching for classes that I'm going to take in July at the Silver Needle. We got those in the mail, my friend Donna and I, and we've compared notes over them. We have 6 things to stitch. We're going to finish 6 things, different types of finishes, 3 in one class on one day, 3 in another class on another day, but we have to pre-stitch for all of it. So I have 6 things I have to stitch. So I do need to get that out, find my fabric, kit it up. I may try to do that tomorrow. I may want to take that with me and see if I can knock one of those out while I'm gone. But I'll keep you posted. Never fear, I'll keep you posted. Well, I've heard from my hubby. He is in New Orleans. He is there for a road race, and he is also touring the World War II Museum. Fortunately, he bought a 2-day ticket because he spent all day there today, and he did not finish seeing everything he wants to see. He said he can spend all day there again and maybe still not see everything he wants to see. But he will run to the expo in the morning as soon as it opens, the running expo, and he'll get his race packet and, you know, pick up his number and all that sort of thing. And then he will go straight from there to the museum, and then he'll stay until, I guess, it closes. I don't know. I didn't hear from him tonight. He was walking back from the museum to the hostel he's staying in, and it's about a mile. And so we talked while he walked back, and that was about 7:30. So he stayed late. He stayed a long time. But he's having a great time. I'm excited for him. And Coco and I had a good day today. We took our little excursions this morning and this afternoon, and she's had dinner with me. She ate her dinner while I ate mine, so I had dinner company. She kind of wanted mine, but I wouldn't give it to her. She had her own, but anyway, we're doing great together, and she has been very kind about letting me stitch a lot today. I think she's spending some time looking out the window, watching for her daddy, but I can't help that. I mean, I've played with her several times today with toys, and we've played tug and chase and all the things she loves to do, but she misses her daddy when he's not home. He's her buddy. She works with him. She follows him around the yard. They go off together. He buys her puppy chinos, you know, those kinds of things. So she does miss him. But I'm enjoying my stitching. I hope you are. And tomorrow I'll get started after the birthday party with my sister, and I'll let you know what I decide to stitch on. Happy stitching, everybody. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. This is Dina. It is Saturday, the 30th of March. We have one day left in this month. And I'm here to tell you about my stitching for today and what I've been up to. I've had a great day. This morning I had the opportunity to take Coco out for a lovely walk. The weather's gorgeous. I stitched first, took several hours, probably two or 3 hours this morning from the time I got up till it was time to walk Coco. And then broke for lunch, and then had a stitching Zoom call with the Magazine Monthly Challenge group. That was so much fun to catch up with everybody and see what they've been working on, and talk to Carolyn about her birthday and how much fun she had. That was lovely. And then I did take Coco for another walk this afternoon. I've been stitching today mainly on a pop-up challenge in the Daily 30 group. This is the closed group, but the pop-up challenge was so much fun. If you're in other groups, you might want to suggest that they do something similar. But the challenge today had 5 prompts plus a bonus, so 6 things to stitch for. And the first 5 prompts were something to do with Easter. You had to go around your house and find something that was egg-shaped or something that had an animal associated with Easter. It could either be an object in your home or it could be a stitching pattern. Or something you've stitched. It just had to have a picture of it, of what you were looking for, and you had to explain how it met the criteria that you were using it for. So that was the first thing that qualified you to stitch, and then you stitched 200 stitches in a whip of your choice. So that made it a lot of fun. So I will tell you, the first 2 prompts that I stitched for today, I actually stitched for starting yesterday when it came out. My friend Donna called me and she said, you need to get busy stitching. There's a pop-up challenge that you need to jump on. So I did. She was at work, so she couldn't get started on it right away. So she wanted me to get started on it. So I did. So the first 2 I did, I pulled out Be Ye Thankful. This is my whip go call for April. And it was sitting right here on my desk waiting for the first so I could start it. But because I had this challenge, I thought, oh, well, this will be easy. It's a new start. So that's an easy new start place to show. And I can get some stitches in here for these prompts, and I might meet my whip go goal ahead of time. So I did. So I will remind you that I didn't particularly care for this color right here. That doesn't go too well with my colors in my home. I just didn't like the starkness of that color. It's like a mustard or something. So I did a color conversion, and my colors are much more in the lines of plums and pinks and more of a burgundy, blue kind of thing. So anyway, I did the first prompt for 209 stitches, and the second prompt I did the remainder of my stitches, which I totaled out at 493. So well over 200 stitches for the second prompt. And this is where I got to in my new start. I did use the called for color for the bird, but I blended a color in for the belly, so the bird has a beautiful blue breast, and thought that looked really pretty with the fabric. This fabric is called Jamie's Quilt, and I think it's going to look absolutely beautiful with the colors that are going to be in this piece. So I'm looking forward to seeing that develop. But that means my whip go goal for that call has been met now. And yes, it is early, but I only did it because of the pop-up challenge. So anyway, then I put that away, and I decided to do the rest of my prompts, the 5 prompts and the bonus, so the remaining 4 that I had to stitch for, on my June wordplay. And I pulled it out, and I started doing them. I did 202, I think it was, for the first one, and then I did 255 for the second one, and then 222 for the third one, and then I just kept going. So I did over 200 stitches for each one. I posted them, and I completed the pop-up challenge this afternoon. But I finished that while I was talking on a Zoom call with the Magazine Monthly Challenge group today. They had their monthly call. Carolyn Zook hosted it, and we got on there and chatted and showed what we were stitching on. And anyway, I was stitching on my June wordplay. this is one of the series that I have started that I told you about recently that I need to finish, but it is one of the few of those that I have consistently been putting on my Whip Go and my bingo boards so that I keep starting one when I finish one. So I have completed half of it. This makes number 6, so that's great. So today I finished it. I'm so tickled with it. I do wonder why there's a lady waving a flag, and it is an American flag, and it's in June, so I'm wondering what the holiday is in June that would do that. I don't know. I'll have to look that up, but you would expect that to be on July, but it's I don't know. Do they have flag on July too? No, interestingly enough, here's July. It's on the same piece of fabric. And there's not an American flag in there at all. Isn't that funny? It talks about a day at the beach, and it does say, oh yeah, there is a flag. There's a flag on the boat. There's history there. Forgot that. Okay. But anyway, I guess this is just getting ready for summer. But it talks about strawberry pie, picnics, ladybugs, butterflies, Flag Day, lemonade, catching fireflies, summertime. It's lovely. I love it. I love the colors in it. I think they're pretty. This is the 4th one I've done on this piece of fabric. So, and probably, it's full now. I can't put any more on it. Not comfortably. There you go. There's the 4 on there. So I will need to, next one I pull forward to do, I will need to get a new piece of fabric and make sure I have all of the threads I need, because, you know, each one will have some of the same, but then they'll change. And so I have to kit it up for the next one that I want to pull forward. And I may do that before I put it all away today. So I just wanted to share that with you. That was my great day of stitching. Coco and I have taken a couple of great walks, ran into a neighbor while I was walking Coco today, and Coco let her pet her. She's one of 2 neighbors that she'll let touch her, but she was still a little shy about it today. She kind of backed away, but the lady was very careful and slow and started scratching under her ears, and Coco loves that, so she let her do it, which was great. It thrilled her. So that's wonderful. Now I am waiting on a phone call from my friend that will be coming up tomorrow night. She and her husband. They're going to spend the night with my husband and I, and tomorrow, Monday morning, we're going to head off to the mountains together, and we're going to meet up with another couple at the cabin that we've rented. So I'm looking forward to a week of fun and frivolity with our buddies. So that'll be fun. So we're going to do our final little check-in call tonight, make sure everything's ready for the trip and I don't need to go get anything or, you know, take care of anything on the way. I got my fabric of the month today, and I don't usually share that with you because it's a subscription. It's not like I'm buying a bunch of haul. It comes every month. But this one is so beautiful. I wanted to share it with you. This is from Be Stitch Me, and it's called Gold Rush. And isn't that gorgeous? I tell you what, that's one of the prettiest things I've seen in a long time. I'm going to have to stitch something on that. So I just had to share that with you because I thought it was so, so pretty. Happy stitching, everybody. I think there may be some mail in the mailbox. Coco seems quite fixated on it. I just wanted to show you the pretty tulips and daffodils that were coming up around the mailbox that Tommy planted. They're looking so pretty, and the deer are eating them as quick as they're coming up, just about. Anyway, Coco and I have been on a walk, and then we're going to get the mail, head in the house.